Oh, nothing feels sweeter than a PayPal Park win. Oh, well done, boys. Let's start with some news. I didn't know that Miro was fasting. This actually makes a lot of sense because I've been saying that he looks really tired in some of these games. He's not running as much. I thought it was the system, but I think it's because he doesn't have food or water in his system. And great play by the league to celebrate Ramadan and just allow the players to actually break their fast so they can get a bit of energy. So, I mean, Miro doesn't complain about it, he doesn't do anything about it, never brings it up, just hard worker in and through. So that's really interesting to know about Miro. Grazo's back. That was interesting to see. I don't think this game really highlighted much from him. I think he was a very silent killer here. He helped switch the play line. He did great, but good to see him back and healthy. I hope he stays healthy. Hopefully we wear some better clothing in some colder weather. This is a bad team, so we can't get too excited. We should be excited how we played. We played some good soccer towards the end, but we got to look forward to next week's game versus RSL, another struggling team, so we can't get too excited and then do bad against them. You got to take those points. You can't take any opponent lightly, especially in MLS when it's a really rock, paper, scissors game. I've mentioned that before multiple times. You never know who's going to match up well against you, so we have to take RSL seriously, and those are must for 3 points. And then finally, Nico Jacaris. I think he says about 2 weeks out. It'll probably be another 2 weeks or so, but we may see him soon, at least in the squad or at least with Quakes too, so that'll be interesting to see. But let's move on to... I don't have many, but it was a sloppy start. That first minute felt like 10 minutes of giving away the ball. I thought they were going to score multiple times. Very slow start, very sloppy, very lazy at times, just figuring the passes were going to work. And they came out hard, respect to them. They honestly may have even deserved 1 or 2. So we got pretty lucky with that. Some bad giveaways on top of that, and then there's Benji Kikanovic, who's just so unlucky right now. I don't really know sense of negative on him, but just not getting there, not putting it in the back of the net. Benji could be on 4 or 5 goals right now. So that's really crazy to think about. And I would have just liked to see Jack Skane play. Obviously, I really like him. He's a really cool guy. I would just like to see him play. We have a 3-0 lead. He's only played in the first game of the season. Michael Baldissimo got a few chances. You put Judson in, and I get it's different per game, but you got a 3-0 lead, at least going 10 minutes. Would have been interesting to see. But I mean, also respect to Lucci in that sense for following a game plan and seeing it as a 0-0. Let's move on to the positives. Espinoza is that guy. He was doing little skill moves, going around people, unstoppable. Crosses were beautiful. He had a negative ball. We all know, if you've listened to my podcast before, I love the negative ball. We never do it. Espinoza was doing it. Went to the one to Miro where he did a little fancy flick and then it was a turnover. He had great shots. He had the great goal, and then just a selfless leader, great team player to give the ball to Jabo so that he can get a bit of confidence, get on the score sheet, and then Jabo scores an absolute beautiful goal and open play later. But ooh, that first goal, Jamiro Montero running down. Miro saves it, the effort, the hustle to get the play, sends it to Cade. Cade has a nice little move, and Cade had a phenomenal cross. I know we give him a lot of flack for stuff like that. That cross was beautiful. That was the whole part of the play for me. That was the best part by far. And then good finish by Espinoza. People on the back line had some quiet, good games. I don't think they were doing all the flashy stuff, especially with these other guys really shining, but they also deserve a lot of praise. Miro magic. Jamiro Montero was doing these little flicks, getting through people. Really missed him and showed that we could have used him in some of those other games. Plus his work rate. Oh, I love Miro. I love watching him play. Oh, it's so great to see, but Mon ami, Paul Marie was that guy. Unbelievable, stopping everything, was dominant up and down the pitch. That was the best game I think I've seen Marie play in a game for us. From a defensive standpoint, no one was getting by him. Paul Marie arguably could have been the man of the match. I get why they gave it to J-Bone. I get why they could have given it to Christian Espinoza. Probably even should have been Espinoza, but oh Lord, Marie, that was unbelievable. Well done, building his confidence. And I thought the first 2 weeks I was hard on him. They were attacking his side and there was a bit of drop off. I thought Trauco was doing well. Maybe picked up a little bit of injury or had a little bit of a sloppy game, and Marie really showed himself, improved it, and honestly has earned the spot as the clear number 1 if this is the result we're getting, and that was unreal. Great switching of play, and I have a feeling Grazo being a part of this helped, but also maybe a lower team. Yule's also played a part because he did a lot of it, but having it on one side of the pitch, seeing there's a bit of clutter, just passing it back a little bit and switching into the wide open guys over there. Oh, we did it so much, and I really think that's why we were attacking so much. We got so many options with Cade and Espinoza today. Espinoza, we played a little bit through, and obviously we did with Cade too, but that really created more passing around options and options through the center, which was really nice to see versus just a counterattack cross hurry. But let's move on to the unsung moment of the match. For me, Christian Espinoza giving the penalty away to Jabo. He earned it. He could have got his brace, could have gone up in the hot season, pad stats for the MVP race. He doesn't care about that. He's a team player. He wants to see the team win. He's like, Jabo, we haven't scored well here. Take it. Take this. Jabo also looked like he asked for it, to be completely honest. But Espinosa, just like, I didn't even worry about it. Absolutely class from Espinosa, and he's being a true leader on and off the pitch for the Earthquakes. Let's move on to the unsung player of the match. Paul Marie, mon ami, c'est bonjour à la saisi. Like I said earlier, Paul was dominant. It was unbelievable, just stopping everything that was coming through him. They couldn't get by him. And I was saying before the game that Espinosa was their best option for them as well. Or sorry, not Espinosa. Johnny Russell was their best option for them as well. Really dangerous and just was shut down by Marie. That was a great performance by Marie. Unbelievable. Well done, mon ami. But let's move on to some fan questions. Starting with Michael B. Pastor. How do you think Lucci approaches the Open Cup rotation squad? I hope so. I hope some of the young guys that haven't played, Jack's game, Baldissimo, Jacaris when he comes back. It'd be cool to call up some of the Quakes 2 guys as well for the first few games, and then as he progressed, maybe introduce some. I don't know who out of the starting lineup I would want in there. Be cool even to give Emmy some games, especially for those first few. I'm sure they'll leave like something like maybe JT. Maybe they'll give Grezzo a run so he gets some fitness. I'm sure Trauco will be in there. Just give them some more fitness and have some veteran leadership in there. But yeah, I want to see the younger guys in there. I assume Lucci will do that, especially seeing how the legs feel and everything. And I think we're trying to play for playoffs. I hope we don't try and play too much early on. Go and put a better squad as we go up the ranks, but don't want to gas everyone out early. Good question. Abram then asked, surely Marie has to keep starting, right? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind. He earned it that week. That was unbelievable. It's a football life for me. Ask, what would you overall rank Marie in FIFA? Has he leveled up? Absolutely, he's leveled up. It's unreal what he's performing. I haven't played FIFA in years, so I don't actually know, but I'd give him like a +2 or +3 in form. That was really, really, really good. Abel then asked, who's your MVP frontrunner and why is it Espinosa? They're not going to give it to Espinosa, especially because we're a mid-table team, but I think this is something that's really frustrating from the journalist standpoint. And I haven't seen the other players, and I don't really know what's going on in the locker room, but from what I can tell, there's also like a characteristic of who you are as a person that plays into sports, and I feel like a lot of times journalists and like these people that talk online don't really see that in your locker room presence, and Espinosa is lifting people up like that as well. He's being a good teammate. He's great to be around, workhorse. A lot of things he does off the ball and off the stats, and his stats have been great this season. So it's hard, if he's not at least in the race, that is disrespectful. I'm not one of the top runners. But yeah, it's San Jose. They're not going to give that to us. All right, El Velasquez, good to see you back with the final question. I've been busy with family stuff. I've seen that. I hope everything's all right. I hope you're doing all right. But the Quakes are undefeated since the last time I've gone to a game. Should I stay home for the LAFC game? No, man, I miss you out there. I mean, I'm not there either, to be completely fair. But no, go out. And then you know what? If they do lose, at least we can just say it was that. We don't have to blame the Earthquakes.